Hey guys, my name is Anthony and today I'm going to be sharing with you some beginner tips to becoming a great filmmaker. So a little bit of backstory about myself. I currently work full-time at a church over in Fullerton, Freedom House OC, and I also do videography and filmmaking on the side. I do wedding videos, all of that fun stuff. I've been currently doing filmmaking and video editing for about 6 years now, and I completely love it. And by no means am I saying that I'm an expert. By no means am I saying that I'm better than anybody. I just learned some things along the way. I'm still learning, but I would love to share with you guys tips and tricks of what I've learned along my journey within these past 6 years. So the first step in becoming a better filmmaker is organization. The reason why I say organization is because I know that as creatives, this is including myself, we can at times be unorganized, disorganized, and we could be all over the place. Sometimes all the clutter is in our mind. So today I want to challenge you. The very first thing into becoming a better filmmaker is 1, learning how to prepare, learning how to plan, 3, learning how to make shot lists, and planning for everything that's going to take place. So what does planning look like? So for me, when we do our shoots, the one thing that I do is 1, find a location, 2, I find actors, 3, I find the music, 4, I find who's gonna be involved. The better you plan and the better you prepare and you put all of these things down on paper, I promise you 100% of the time it's gonna benefit you in the long run. While you're shooting, the last thing you wanna worry about is worrying about where's this person or where's this equipment or was it on the checklist? I'm telling you right now, if you get everything down, you plan, you prepare, you have the right people overseeing different areas, then I promise you that's the first step to becoming a better filmmaker. That's before you even jump into any camera stuff, any video editing stuff. That's just how you plan and how you prepare, even for your content. If you're looking at how to create more content, better content, or you're trying to get a schedule out for YouTube, if you want to grow on Instagram, I promise you, when you start to plan and prepare and set schedules for your video listings, I know that it's going to benefit you in the long run. The next step into becoming a better filmmaker for beginners is learning your ways around the camera. Now, I'm shooting this on a Canon 1DX Mark II. For some of you guys, you may not have access to a DSLR to that scale. Some of you may have only an iPhone. Some of you guys may only have a VHS camcorder. Or if you're like me and you just want to go full force and you jump in, you buy a mirrorless camera, a Sony or a Canon, or you buy a full-on DSLR like the Canon 1DX Mark II, or you just go straight for the big guns and you go straight cinema camera like I have next to me, then the first thing I would say is learning the mechanics, learning how the camera operates, the shutter speed, the ISO, the aperture, where all of those buttons are, learning the ins and outs of the cameras, the menu system, the audio system, where to plug in your microphones, where to plug in your headphones so you can listen to the audio, the different frame rates, if it shoots Vlog, if it shoots C-Log, if it shoots straight SDI RAW, all of those different things you want to keep in mind when buying a camera, because if you don't understand the mechanics or how the camera works, yes, you could be a great creative, but if you don't understand the ins and outs, it'll just take you a little more time in the creative process. The reason why we want to understand the mechanics is because we always want to know the intricate things in our cameras that it's going to help lead us to being more creative. Because the less time you have to worry about your settings and the more time you could worry about being creative in your shoots. The next thing to becoming a great filmmaker is choosing an editing space. So for me, I chose a MacBook Pro M1 Max. At the time, that just worked best for me. I know they got some fancy schmancy stuff out now. However, from there, I used to use Premiere, but I switched over to DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve for me has given me a much smoother editing workspace and helped me in my efficiency in my videos to make cleaner and crisper edits. I love to set time aside to specifically focus on my color. I like to build my color. I like to build my node trees. I like to build the adjustments and then go from there, throw in the grain, throw in all those different halation effects. For me, I like to get artistic with my color, so DaVinci Resolve just fits better for me. One of the most vital things, for me at least, to becoming a better filmmaker is finding music that inspires you. You always want to find a song that inspires you, whether it be an ambient track, a cinematic track, whether it be an upbeat, or whether it be a rap, hip-hop beat, or EDM, house, or even country. Whatever song speaks to you and whatever song inspires you to become better and to create more, I would challenge you to lean on that as well. For me, my creative process is I go start with the music, then I start with a shot list, then I plan and prepare who's going to be needed or if I'm going to run and gun and do it myself. The next thing from there is I shoot the content, I plan, and then I edit the content. And while I'm editing the content, I slap it behind the music. I edit to the music and I make sure that everything's in sync, everything's flowing. And then the last thing I do is I color correct from there before I export. So that's it for today's episode, guys, on how to become a better filmmaker. I hope this challenged you guys, and I hope that you guys are all able to grow and feel empowered from this. Again, my name is Anthony Rodriguez. I would love to connect with you guys. Make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments as well. I'll love to respond to you. Hope to see you guys soon on the next video.